Olympus on Shrooms, Joe Rogan versus Kratos. Long before Spotify, before elk meat, before saunas became a religion, there was a time when gods ruled Mount Olympus. Lightning flew, mortals screamed, and flexing on a cloud was just another Tuesday. Among them stood a new god, unlike the rest. Joe Roganus, the bald of balance, lord of the podcast, Greek god of wisdom, war, and weirdly specific supplements. He wasn't born like the others. He appeared in a thunderclap of DMT smoke, punching his way out of a goat-shaped meteor, screaming, "Oh, wants to talk about gut health?" And Olympus, weirdly, accepted him. Joe's temple was the most popular hangout on the mountain. No orgies, just infrared saunas, cryo chambers, and nonstop discussions on whether centaurs were just jacked horses with opinions. Then one day, the skies grew dark, the birds stopped chirping, the protein bars stopped fermenting, and Joe's celestial Spotify feed cut out mid-episode. Kratos was coming. The God Slayer, the beard with wrath, the mortal who yeeted Zeus himself. The Olympians ran. Poseidon faked a cramp. Aphrodite booked a spa appointment in Atlantis. Even Ares, god of war, politely excused himself with a, "Hey, my shift just ended." But Joe was sitting shirtless on a glowing boulder, brewing mushroom tea and throwing a kettlebell up and down like it owed him money. A bolt of rage landed in front of him. Kratos, muscles carved from rage, eyes of pure scowl, and a literal axe. "You are a god," Kratos growled, "and I kill gods." Joe took a sip. "You ever consider therapy?" Round 1, verbal combat. Kratos, "I've slain gods more powerful than you." "Cool, but have you ever done a float tank with Apollo on 5 grams of mushrooms while discussing the simulation theory?" Kratos blinked. "No. Exactly. Your pineal gland is probably so calcified it needs a jackhammer." Round 2, muscle madness. Kratos charged. Joe ducked, cartwheeled, threw a kettlebell into orbit, and then caught it mid-podcast. They clashed. Blade versus biceps. Axe met ancient pre-workout rage. At one point, Joe parried a chaos blade using just a steel mace and a deeply spiritual grunt. The sky itself yelled, "Bro!" Round 3, the psychedelic trap. Joe grinned. "Let's talk mano a mano." He handed Kratos a chalice of glowing tea. "This is called Zeus dust. It'll take you on a journey." Against all reason, Kratos drank it. Suddenly, wham! He was floating through space, shirtless, surrounded by whispering satyrs and softly glowing dolphins doing burpees. Joe, now in a toga made of lightning, floated next to him. "Kratos, what if all this rage is just repressed gut biome trauma?" Kratos blinked. He saw a vision of himself hugging baby Kratos. Then he saw Zeus. Zeus was making sourdough. It all made weird, buttery sense. Kratos woke up face down in a bowl of hummus. Joe was doing push-ups on a cloud, counting backwards in Sanskrit while podcasting telepathically to a centaur audience. Kratos sat up. "I do not wish to fight anymore," Joe smiled. "That's the gut flora talking." From that day forward, Kratos stayed on Olympus. He opened a rage-based yoga studio called Flex and Fury. He still scowled, but now it was part of his brand. And Joe became the most revered Greek god of all, uniting the pantheon under one idea: lift heavy, eat weird, think deeper, stay bald. And once a week, he and Kratos co-hosted a podcast called Olympus Unhinged, where they interviewed mythological beings and argued about whether minotaurs should bulk year-round. The gods never felt stronger or more hydrated.